I'm in Greenwich. Just come up to the Greenwich Observatory, which is over there. You can see right out over Greenwich, Canary Wharf, the O2, the old naval school, and the maritime museums down there as well. It's a beautiful little place to come down to. Got General Wolfe, the Sacker of Canada, commanding officer of the Coastline Guards at one point, I believe. Fine coastline gentleman. And the leaves are falling. It's definitely autumn. Oh. Let's get a bit of here. You see the point of Canary Wharf Tower. That was the first building to be built on Canary Wharf 30 years ago. Look at it now. Like a tiny city. It's not even a square mile, I don't think. And the little, let's have a look at this. I love this street. Oh, it's a beautiful road. Isn't it great? It's beautiful. It's lovely in the summer. It's beautiful in the winter. It's a bit chilly up here on the hillside though. Whew. But yeah, just thought I'd come and say hello. I'm going to get myself a cup of coffee and I'll have a little chat. There you go, a little bit of Blackheath. We're in Blackheath. Greenwich Meridian is just around the corner, but we're in Blackheath. Just down there, you got Blackheath itself. Blackheath is named after a plague pit. The whole of Blackheath, when the what do we call it? The plague of London, when the Black Plague hit London all those years ago, they used Blackheath as a plague pit, and God knows how many bodies are under there. There you go, Blackheath. It's nice here, but it's bloody expensive. £3.40. If it's worth it. If it's decent coffee, it's worth paying for. But I can't even take the lid off. I wanted hot chocolate, but they didn't have any. She just sold out. So how have we all been? Stop doing this. Irritating me. Ooh. How have we all been? It's been a little while again. I don't know. I've been very naughty about this. I mean, I think I said in the last video, it's when you've got a proper job and you're somewhere and you've got stand time and you've got this and that and the other, it's quite easy to put yourself together and piece together a couple of videos. Little magpie there, look. Anyone know the Latin name? I'll tell you at the end. Yeah, and so because I'm now, I suppose I'm technically self-employed again, I never know what I'm doing, and because I've been doing a little bit more trade union stuff, I know, I know even less what I'm doing. So yeah, I was elected on Saturday. I'm on the GMB's London Regional Council, but I was elected on Saturday to the regional committee that makes decisions on things throughout the region. There's only 14 of us, so I'm a bit chuffed, a bit honoured, but you know, let's see if it's £3.40 worth. Nope, it's all right, but didn't sugar it. My fault, her mistake. Yeah, so I've been doing a little bit more trade union work than my missus would like, because she doesn't agree with it all. She does agree with it, but she doesn't agree with me doing it. Yeah, work that one out. But yeah, so not having a dedicated workplace has really bugging me up, really, you know, doing videos. I'm not really sure why. And I'm only because I'm here. I've got a job around the corner. I'm actually driving a taxi today. I've got a Vito, an old Vito, because it's cheap. But they're nice to drive, and they run forever as long as you look after them. So I've got an old Vito. She's an old girl, but she'll do. She'll do. She's got a bit of a water leak. But yeah, I've got a job around the corner, so I thought I'd come and say hello. Come and show you a little bit of Blackheath, bit of Greenwich Meridian, a little bit of Canary Wharf over the top there. General Sir George Wolfe, who was in charge of the Battle of Quebec, I believe. Quebec. I believe. I'm not sure. My regimental history's gone out the window. I know we were there, but you know what I mean. Anyway, so how have we all been? Have you missed me? I spoke to my daughter today and she hasn't missed me, so I don't suppose you would. Oh, my very clever, intelligent daughter, who's now working for a living, so I don't have to give her any money. Not that I ever did. She's always very good like that. I'm waffling, aren't I? Yeah. This is what you see. This is what you get when you don't plan things and you just turn up and no one and I don't know what I'm doing. But then again, I never have I? I do just turn up and waffle. Do I turn? Yeah, I do turn up and waffle. But yeah, it's if you ever get down to London, come down to Greenwich. So this is sort of my part of the world. This is down not far from where I live, which is handy for me going home. But it is nice down here, and they do other things around here, but it's very hilly. So I suggest if you're going to come to Greenwich, come to the observatory bit first, and then go down the hill instead of doing it the other way around when you've walked halfway around Greenwich for half a day and then you realise you've got to go up a bloody great big hill, and it is a bloody great big hill. So what's happened? The world has gone to shit. I'm going to try not to do a party political broadcast. But it's very difficult, isn't it? You know, the way things have gone on behalf of the U-turn party. Anyway, politics is never used to be my thing, but I'm getting more political as I get older. I used to be, well, my politics used to be extreme left, but I'm they're dragging me closer towards the centre every day, which is not really comfortable for me, but, you know, it suits my purpose, if I had a purpose. I think I've just got tired of banging my head against doors and things where people just don't listen. They don't want to listen. They're not interested. To people like Extinction Rebellion are in the mail today, and as much as I do agree with the things they say, I have to disagree with how they do it. You know, gluing themselves to the mail and roads and whatever. And the other one, what was the other one? It's not Extinction Rebellion. They're something to do with fuel. I can't remember, but they glued themselves to the M25. Oh, there's my thumb. But they now have a court order against them, so they can't do that. Look, I mean, if you're that way inclined, would a court, if you were that politically and militantly that way inclined, do you think a court order would stop them? It wouldn't stop me. We did a demonstration in London in the taxis back in 2012. We did a series of demonstrations leading up to the Olympics because taxis were being excluded from the Olympics. We weren't allowed in the Olympic lanes, all that sort of thing. And there's lots of different organisations organising it. So let's say, well, lots of organisations in it, and one organisation organising it. Now, my organisation at the time wasn't organising it. There's a lot of organisation in it. But the organisation that had been organising it had been given a warning by the police that if they did turn up and on the opening night of the opening ceremony, they would be arrested. Now, the guy organising it said to me, "What should we do?" He phones me up, all of a flutter, and I said, "You've got to put your money where your mouth is, fella. You see if that all that money that you're paying into that organisation of yours for your legal fees, whether it's worth the money you're paying." He said, "Well, what would you do?" I said, "I'd do the demonstration." He called it off. There you go. Never mind. Not my call to make, but he called it off. Oh, I'd have been there. I'd have been arrested. Well, last Wednesday I was supposed to be in Stansted, getting arrested, funnily enough, but that never came off. We have an organisation that runs cars out of Stansted Airport, let's put it that way, and they're not very nice, but they haven't been particularly nice to certain drivers, but they're more nice to other drivers. So we have a rep there, new guy, new driver, new rep, and we made a press statement about what's going on up there, and he put his name to it, and they pulled him in the office, and he said, "Can I have representation?" I said, "Yeah, I'll come up, no problem at all." And they said to him, well, he told them firstly that I am being, because it's his legal right to be represented. So that's what he said. He said, "I'm going to bring a rep," and they said, "Well, if you bring him, we'll do him for trespass, and we'll have him nicked." Well, I thought, well, I'm up for that. I'm quite happy to get nicked. Yeah, I'll put you all over the front page of every newspaper I can think of. Press release, blah, 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 blah. So in the end, I didn't. I was told not to go, so I didn't. There you go. The things you do for your beliefs. And you've got to stick up for your beliefs, because if you don't stick up for your beliefs, what have you got? Nothing. So, there you go. There's 11 minutes. So 11 minutes, that's going to bore you, if not more. As I'm getting further into it, it's actually getting better. So, what have you all been up to? What are we reading? I can't remember what I was reading. I'm reading some militant activist book. I can't remember what it is. I should look it up. It's put such an impression on me. I can't remember what it's called. By a woman called Jane McAlevey. That's all I remember. Jane McAlevey. Let's put it in. Oh no. Levy. Yes, sir. Raising expectations and raising hell. That's what it's called. It's about her organising labour in America, which is a damn sight more difficult than it is here, because of Ronald Reagan and his laws. Ronald Reagan, a vehement anti-Labour man. Horrible bloody bloke. Awful actor. Awful president. Awful man. In my opinion. There you go. And the only good thing I ever saw about Ronald Reagan was on Spitting Image. He was like, the president's brain is missing. And he used to have a flip. For you youngsters, he used to have a flip on the top of his Spitting Image puppet. And his head and his brain used to pop out the top. It was about this big. It was like a brontosaurus, this huge head with a tiny brain. Right, who's that up there? Is that a man giving out tickets? Potentially, possibly. But I don't know. I haven't done much. I've just been going to work and I've been doing the things I need to do. And my hands are hurting. I'm getting old. Yeah, I haven't really done much. Oh, the Latin name for a magpie is Pika Pika. P-I-K-A, P-I-K-A, Pika Pika. Don't ask me why I know, I just do. Oh, I do know, because a friend that, when I worked in security a long time ago, a fella had a silver shop. He used to sell silver earrings and no studs and other sorts of studs and whatever. And it was called Pika Pika, because magpies like silver shiny things. That's why. There you go. That's why I know why it's called. Bit of trivia for you. Put it in your pub quiz. Which bird likes shiny stuff is called Pika Pika. There you go. Oh, it's definitely getting better. Definitely getting better as you're getting towards the bottom. So all this road here, I can't even remember what the name of the road is. Very bad for a cab driver, isn't it? It's just lined with conker trees, and the whole place is just wick on the floor with conker trees and old conkers. So if you want conkers, this is come to Greenwich Meridian, and you can have an all-out conker fest. They could have the World Conker Championships here, couldn't they? I'll put it to them. Yeah, why not? So I'll ask it again. What have you been up to? Because I haven't been up to a lot. I've just been doing what I've got, obviously, because I've got stuff that I need to do. I've been coming to work. I'm having a bit of building work done in the at home, which has been horrendous. It should have taken 8 weeks, and it's now 5 months. So I haven't had a kitchen for 4 months because of well, it's best not to swear. Fools, idiots, because of people who think they're better at what they're supposed to be doing is good, and what they're not, and what they're doing is actually poor. Poor calculations made. Asked to have them redone, didn't redo them. Just said he was going to do something else. Instead of doing the calculations that he was asked to, he said, "Well, we'll put another steel in. Just do the fucking calculations." Anyway, so that went back and forwards and back and forwards and back and forwards, and now I haven't had a kitchen, a sink for 4 months, something like that. Washing up. We've got a washing machine, but that's been taken out either over this weekend. So we're coming to the end, hopefully, 3 or 4 weeks, hopefully. But we're washing up on the drive in a bucket, it's been horrendous. And then we had a guy who put a shower in 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago, and it went wrong, absolutely. We had to have the toilet replaced. The floor is all cracked, and when we were in the shower, the builders are saying that we got a leak from underneath. So the builder's come upstairs, lifted a couple of tiles up, put his screwdriver into the wood, and it's just rotten, absolutely rotten. So the guy's put it in. I want to go around his house and smash his teeth out with a claw hammer, but I've been told I can't do that. Not yet, anyway. What do they say about revenge? It's best. Well, I might just cripple his business first. But yeah, so we had, because the problems we had, one of the builders had a heart attack, some sort of heart attack like event. So he's had 3 stents put in, and he's the plumber. So we've had no shower for 10 days. It's in now, finished, fixed, fantastic. And they got my builders, RGM Builders Limited, RGM Builders. I think I've got a photograph of their board. I think it's RGM Builders. Rob and Greg Miller. Anyway, fantastic. They are brilliant. They're accommodating. They're just. Rob's the dad. He's had the stent put in. God bless him. He's a lovely man. He's a proper builder, proper old school. And Greg, the son, again, brilliant. And Max and Perry, who've been there every day. They've just been fantastic. They really have. And circumstance has sort of swept around us all. And I suppose I've knocked him being now 4 months. Well, August it should have finished. August, September, October. 2.5 months or whatever it is from they're finished at the time, and we're still looking at the end of October, maybe beginning of November to get it finished. They've just been brilliant. They've obviously, they must have lost work because of things rolling backwards, timelines and such. And I know they've got another job ongoing now, but we're now just floors and kitchens and radiators now, so it's nothing the builder's in. But oh my god, RGM Builders. RGM Builders. Yeah, I'm sure it's something like RGM Builders, something like that. Anyway, if I find the photograph, I'll tag it on the back. So if you're in Southeast London, they do Beckenham and Catford. I know they've done jobs in, but they're this way on anyway. So give them a call, because they are brilliant. They really are. And their work. If you look at my bathroom floor where it's all cracked and all the tiles are up, where the other fella did it, because we'd have to rip all the toilet out, all the radiators out, the sink pedestal to redo the floor. That's another day. It's just money I haven't got. But the work that they've done, it's just fantastic. It's just like a different grade altogether. Anyway, toiling and what Perry is the plasterer, and he's absolutely brilliant. Anyway, I digress. So, washing up on the drive, and the missus is stressed about schools because the little one's coming up to 10. So next year she's in the last year of primary. So now thinking about schools. So that's every conversation we have is about schools. Don't tell her. Every conversation we have is about schools. And and I know she's stressed, and I know, my little one's very smart. My middle girl is exceptionally smart. She did really well. She's just finished Nottingham University with a first. She's now got a great job in marketing for a very big company, and she's doing really well, which I'm, proud as punch. My little one is just as smart. She doesn't give a fuck. She's absolutely super smart, super smart, sharp as a tack, and she couldn't give a rat's ass about anything. She doesn't care. She's not bothered. And I think, to be honest, she'll probably do really well in whatever school we send her to. But it's very stressful. If you got kids, you'll sort of know. And there's the parking attendant behind me. Can you see him? You see him in his yellow jacket. He's down there somewhere. And he's probably going to come and give me a ticket in a minute. Where's he gone? I can see him. He'll come and knock on my window, no doubt. Or I'll get one in the post. There you go, whatever. Which I won't pay. Here he comes. No, he's walked past me. Here he is. Suitably attired for après. Stop it. For snow boots and bobble hat. And we're in October, so wait till he's up here in November. You know what cold's like. It's freezing up here. I mean, it's like, because Greenwich, Blackheath is at the top of a bloody big hill. You know, you see it on the other side, it just roars down the hill. And as you know, you drop down, if you go that way, you drop down into Lee. If you go straight down, drop down into Lee, and you know, it heads on one way to Elton, the other one to Lewisham, and goes up to Burnt Ash Hill. I wonder if Burnt Ash Hill has got something to do with this as well. That's a good one. Well, you never know. Burnt Ash Road, Burnt Ash Hill. But that way, you head down towards Greenwich, and we are quite high up. You know, exposed is the word I'd say. But it's really nice. People come, you know, they bring their kids. There's a British military fitness, if it's still going, used to come up here, and you see them all pounding around here. People on scooters. Electric scooters and electric bikes. Is it just me? Or is it the laziest part of lazy? And there's another one, look. Now, electric scooters in London are illegal unless you rent them from specific companies. You buy them from the shops, you can't use them on the public roads, you can't use them on the pavements because they're illegal. Legislation will change, but at the minute, they're illegal. And no one gives a shit. Are you going to stop him? What are you going to stop him for? Driving us? Right. But let's go back to the original point. Kids are obese. Childhood obesity in the UK has gone through the roof. And we give our kids, we don't send our kids out on the street to play football. We don't send them down the park to have a run around. We give them iPads and Switches and Wiis. Do they still do Wiis? I'm not sure. But Fortnite is the game the kids in my daughter's class are playing. She doesn't play it, but she's a Roblox girl. Roblox, Minecraft, and something else. But we've created a generation of couch potatoes. They don't want to go and play football because there's too many nonsense out there. I can't send them around the park for the same reason. Because if you send them to the park, you've got to go with them. I mean, they're only 10, so 8, 9, 10. But no one wants to play, no one wants to run around anymore. And now you've got a fast food store on every corner. You've got electric bikes, so you don't have to pedal. You've got electric scooters, so you don't have to scoot. I don't get. Is it because everyone's going to start putting into medical things where childhood obesity turns into fat people? You know, I mean, I can't complain. I'm a fat bloke myself. But am I missing something where governments have just let this slide? You know, if you go up, so Eltham High Street, talk about Eltham High Street because I know it. You go up Eltham High Street, all the shops are closing down. JD Sports has just closed down because no one goes to play football anymore. The only big store in the street next is gone. The only big store is Marks and Spencer's. If Marks and Spencer's go, the street's finished. But every other shop is a fast food place. You've got Burger King, you've got Wimpy, you've got McDonald's, you've got KFC. You've got a German kebab place, which is absolutely fantastic. I'll have you let you know. But nothing that sells anything of substance. There's no, you can't buy, you can't buy a pair of cricket boots because, do you still wear cricket boots? I used to wear, they look like rugby boots with running spikes in. Old school. You know, and unless you're into football when I'm not. You know, my daughter hates sport, hates it. And I think that's more about her not being able to achieve in it than anything else. But you look at her, you know, we're talking, you just look at her and you go, do you want to go out? And she'll just look at you and go, it's almost as if you don't know me. Smart ass. Right, I'm going to go home. I'm down to the froth at the bottom of my coffee. It's been lovely speaking to you, even though I have waffled. Yeah, and I do promise I'm going to try and do more. I am going to try and do more, I promise. Just to sake my, because I think about it all the time. I think I should do this. I should do a video. And I never. And to be honest, I don't have the time. You know, I've got more time on my hands than I ever have. But I'm always doing stuff anyway. So enjoy the rest of your week. I'll try and catch up with you again sometime at the end of the week. Sometime at the end of the week, September. Sometime at the end of the week, over the weekend, hopefully. And I'll see you again. What's the code word going to be? What's the password going to be? The plague pit. See you soon. Take care.